Hello, it's Kirby. I put out a video just very recently on 5-MeO-DMT, also known as Bufo, and I got a few good questions about it, and I just thought it'd make some sense to try to tackle those questions, and I'll try to be brief as possible. Yeah, so let's start with that. So this question is a great one. It's just, can you explain the process and what do I think is happening for participants under this medicine, under this sacrament? To me, it's beyond words what we're going to talk about. So I understand the irony here of me having to use words to try to describe it. But again, I'll do the best that I can. An analogy somebody shared with me once is great. It's similar that your iPhone it needs a new software upload, right? So it shuts the phone down, incorporates or uploads this new software, and then reboots the phone. That's what I think is essentially happened to a participant. From the time they inhale the sacrament, within 15 seconds, they are seeing just quick pixels, and then that should last only a few seconds. If facilitated properly at that stage, the participant should be offline. So what does that mean, offline? To me, you've heard me say in another video that to me, that is when you are going to source. It's an ego death. Your physical body is shut down, but yet you're aware of something. You're aware of your presence. What is that? That is what I would call your soul, your authentic self, okay? Connection to source. That's tough to grasp unless you've experienced it. But if you've experienced it, it's obvious what it was. That again, this separation from your physical body, but you still exist with everything, okay? So we'll take a step back. So throughout life, okay, and if you think this is your first life, let me inform you, this is probably not. Past lives are happening. That is a fact to me. I've experienced that. I've experienced it. I've seen it. So from my reality, my experience, it's a fact. Maybe yours is different. And it makes sense. Thermodynamics, I'm not a smart man, but my understanding is there is no energy, there's no old energy. It's all just being recycled. So where do we go? If everything is energy, where do we go? Nowhere. Okay, so let's start with that. So we all come from source. Brand new baby, born, come from source, authentic, clean energy. That's it. As we go through life, life is this car wash, right? I call it the car wash of life. Your car gets dinged up, a bug hits your windshield, a rock dinged up something, you got a flat. The car gets a little beat up, right? That's just part of playing in this matrix, part of being in this reality. This medicine, and those dings, right? Those dings create these energetic filters, these layers. They're defense mechanisms. They're just part of, again, being in this matrix. So for some, when they take the sacrament, they're going through this car wash, depending on your life experience, is how quickly you may or may not get through this car wash. For some, they get through it pretty quickly. For some, they struggle in that car wash for a little bit on their way to source, right? On their way to source. The more you do the sacrament, what I see is the more energetically blocked you are not. So the more energetically clear you are, which allows you to move through that car wash significantly faster and therefore arriving at source faster. Okay. Yeah. So again, the car wash is leading folks to source. So what I see happen as an analogy is, again, as we go through life, we create these energetic blocks, these shields, these layers. You can have hundreds of thousands of them. You've heard me say it before. Under the medicine, it's like a liquid plumber, right? Like I use the analogy in my shower. My wife's got beautiful long hair, but after a while can clog up the shower drain, right? So you pour a little liquid plumber down there and it loosens it up. That's your energy centers. That's this trauma and all this energy that's trapped in your body, okay? The medicine is like a liquid plumber. It's loosening that all up. On the first dose, it may wash it out. We will see energy released. Every ceremony, energy is released, either through somatically, vibrations, tears, laughter, bodily fluids. There's a number of ways that you can purge this energy, but it is visible. And from an energy worker's standpoint, it is palatable, it's feelable, it's noticeable. You know it is happening. That's what's happening. It's cleaning that up. So sometimes it may take another dose of the liquid plumber to completely remove that blocked energy, but it is removing and cleaning the path, this energetic path of this energy for people. That's one thing that is happening. Okay, so energetically it's cleaning folks as they move towards source. Many people experience source immediately. Many people know that source within the space with them. They feel this unconditional love and this non-judgment, in this experience of one with everything. That's that non-dual experience. That's the ultimate game here. Because that has power, right? This understanding that you're one with everything and you're not just a skin suit. The other powerful side effect of that, again, is that energetic cleansing, as it's pulling out these layers, as that liquid plumber, so to speak, is washing through these energy cycles and cleaning them up, allowing you to move more smoothly. That is happening, and again, it's visible. And then when people start coming back online, so the experience can last 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes tops, well, depending, but in that range, people start coming back online, and immediately the ego is trying to take charge again. That's its job. Make things normal. Get them back to the way they should be so we can be in control. It does not like what's happening right now at all. The participant's job at that stage is to just sit and observe the ego running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to reprogram and put things back in the order it was before you did it. There's power in this observation. You, for the first time for many folks, have a true, separate observation, witnessing of the ego, separate from them, watching it, watching the programming. What is it doing? Why is it doing that? What caused that? That is powerful. Once you can see it, once you could witness the programming, you can start unraveling the programming. It's powerful. So again, it changes folks from the perspective of this old, I'm one with everything wording to I experienced, I am one with everything. They're not the same. It's not the same. Okay. The energetic cleanse that they get through it somatically that just happens. And then this witnessing of their ego, of their programming, of their unauthentic self, of this skin suit that they're clinging to so tightly. They can see it in all its unglory and all its reality and start working with that. That is what happens under this sacrament, in my opinion.